this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Sun, which on February 13th will transit the sign of Aquarius. And during this year, once Sun will enter the sign of Aquarius, it is going to get conjunct with the planet Saturn as well. So Sun has already conversed the planet Saturn, but this is going to be a distinctive transit during this year because not only Saturn is strengthened in its own sign, but also guys, once Sun will enter the sign of Aquarius, it will be looking back its own sign, its own house with its 7th aspect as well. But whenever these two planets get conjunct in one house, the living signification of that house many times goes through a power struggle with the native. So regarding the issues with the living signification of that house, I will not call this transit a very auspicious transit for you. But when it comes down to achieving something after going through struggle, after demonstrating that never say die sort of approach and attitude, this transit can actually prove to be very profitable on the material plane. And guys, one more thing, I have already posted regarding this recent earthquake which came in Turkey and Syria. So I am very much sure that a lot of you would have already contributed basis your capacity to the right set of organizations who are providing the humanitarian aid. And from the psychic or spiritual perspective, I just have two things to say over here. First of all, a lot many people shared this post where just immediate before the earthquake, birds started displaying some very different behavior. And I guess this is the similar experience and event which happened at the time when this earthquake came in India in the province of Gujarat as well. So that was the one thing which I wanted to say, the way nature respond in advance to any of these kind of crisis, calamity. And second thing is that there is a very knowledgeable, respectable astrologer. His name is Mukesh Vats. So just a few hours before this earthquake came, he uploaded a video on his channel and where he predicted precisely that world could witness these kind of calamities, and in like these are specific zones which are very vulnerable and prone towards that. So I actually respect this astrologer a lot, specifically over his grip on the mundane astrology topics. And you would not believe, like at that time I was at work. So when I actually have missed this video of his predicting about Turkey and Syria. Not only I got the goosebumps, but also that was the time when a friend of mine, a work colleague, he just asked me time. So the moment I looked at the time, it was 8:44 a.m. 8 and 8. So I was like, wow. So yeah guys, this is how nature respond. And yes, all those people who have got experience and they practice mundane astrology, so these events can also be predicted with complete accuracy. The onus is always lie on the expertise of the astrologer, but the knowledge of astrology in itself is very deep, it's very holy, it's very layered. So yes guys, now talking about this transit. So the beautiful aspect of this transit is that once Sun will enter the sign of Aquarius, this is going to be a time, because in this time frame from February 13th till March 15th, a lot of planetary shift is going to take place. First of all, we all will be celebrating the auspicious festival of Shivratri. Venus will get exalted. Mars will finally leave the Taurus sign and it will enter the Gemini sign during this period only. I'm very much sure Libra Lagna natives might be finding this news very happy for them. And yes guys, Venus will get exalted and Rahu will change its nakshatra as well. From Bharani it will enter the Ashwini. So yes, a lot is in store, and this transit of Sun will definitely become very important for all those people in whose case you are in a government job, you have got any of the political aspiration, you are preparing for any government job exam, anything to do with the mass media, any of the concerns of filing your taxes, any of the concerns of ongoing lawsuit. So in all these areas where your public image, your reputation is at stake, dealing with the prominent people, people connected with government is involved. So all those people have to remain very cautious, very careful. So okay guys, now we will start our discussion customized to all the lagnas. And starting first with the Aries lagna natives. So yes guys, in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 5th house, and it is going to be transiting to your 11th house, getting conjunct with Saturn over there. So guys, like the way I have already mentioned this thing at the beginning, that this conjunction is not very auspicious for the living signification of that house. So there could be some kind of conflict or difference of opinion with your elder siblings, within your friend circle. So regarding that front, you have to remain cautious and careful. But when it comes down to anything to do with the income perspective, material perspective, recognition perspective, any of the new agreement, new signing up, let's say for example, because Sun is your 5th house lord as well, during this time you have to give any performance, you have to write any competitive exam, any of the concerns of admission in a good university, in good college. So regarding all that front, this is going to be very auspicious. From the material plane perspective, this is going to be a very auspicious transit for you. When it comes down to your terms with the living signification of the 11th house, over there I would say you have to remain cautious, you have to remain careful. And definitely guys, whenever we talk about these kind of transit, so it all comes down to whether this same conjunction is there in your natal chart. Like let's say for example, in my own case, in my dasha cycle right now, I'm in the Mahadasha of the Saturn and the Antardasha of Sun. So if in your case as well, this is how it is unraveling, like whether it's this Saturn Mahadasha, Sun Antardasha, or Sun Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha. So then this transit will become more important for you. So pertaining to the material gains perspective, this is going to be a favorable time for you, because Venus is also going to be getting exalted in your 12th house as well very soon. But yes, pertaining to the terms with the living signification of the 11th house, you have to remain cautious and careful. Now guys, for all the Taurus lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Sun is a very auspicious planet in a way, because it has got the rulership over one of the angular house, and it is going to be transiting in your 10th house. So like the way guys, I have already mentioned this thing, when we talk about the living signification of the 10th house, from where we see your bosses, we see the authority people. So over there, try not to get into any straight argument or conflict with these people. Like the way guys, I have already mentioned this thing, this is a kind of a conjunction which will only give you good result via facing criticism, via facing little bit of the struggle or opposition. But that does not mean that you will become headstrong or you will become rude. So it's a very thin line between fighting for what you need with complete gracefulness. So that is the only one thing which I want to say. And definitely guys, if any of the 4th house related concerns are getting applicable in your case, any of the property related dispute, any of the change of residence or transfer, promotion, if all of that is getting applicable in your case, this could be a favorable time for you. But yes guys, whenever this conjunction take place in the 10th house, you will be perceived as someone who is very confident, someone who is very competitive, and someone who has got the capacity to shoulder big responsibilities. Now guys, for all the Gemini lagna natives, in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 3rd house, and it is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn in your 9th house. So definitely guys, it's a very good time. Any of the concerns of sales, media, marketing, work related travel, any of the initiatives which you will plan during this time will prove to be kind of divine supported, luck supported. If for any of your plans, any of your objectives, you will reach out to people for their guidance, for their advice, for their mentorship. So you will be well guided by the senior people or experienced people around you. Also guys, I have already mentioned this thing. This conjunction is not good for the living signification of that house. So there could be some conflict or difference of opinion which could take place with the father. So over there, you have to remain very cautious and careful. And yes guys, for anything to do with the guidance, travel, exploration, new initiatives, I would say the time seems to be favorable. The only thing is that guys, I would say that till the time your ascendant lord is right now transiting in the 8th house. So by that time you have to remain extra cautious and careful, but once your ascendant lord will enter the 9th house, it will only strengthen and give more support to all of your initiatives which you might plan from the 3rd house energy of the house which sun rules in your case. So very good time for the sales, media, marketing, content creators. Now guys, for all the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can fairly see over here, that sun has got the rulership over your 2nd house and it is going to be transiting in your 8th house. So beyond doubt guys, I'm very much sure that you have got good knowledge of astrology. You can fairly decode this alignment. So the house lord of your income, of your finances, of your speech is getting into a straight conflict with a planet which is very inauspicious for your Lagna, which is the Saturn, that too in the 8th house. So guys, if any of the losses, if that will take place, that might be very sudden in nature, or that might be because of your wrong judgment. So while undertaking any of the big financial decisions, any of the big chunk of investments, you have to remain very cautious, you have to remain very careful. Like rather guys, I would say that this is a kind of a typical yoga where you have to honor the planetary vibration. If a yoga is getting formed, so that means planets are hard bent, they are there on your door to get what you owe to them. So rather than ending up getting spending your money on some wrong investments, I would say that any of the charity, any of the philanthropic work will prove to be very profitable. But yes guys, when we talk about any of the disputes with your in-laws, so that could also be foreseen with this energy going there in your 8th house. So be very cautious, very careful while making any heavy financial investments. Be very cautious, careful around setting up your terms with your in-laws. And guys, for any of those people who are very much involved and invested in occult, or if in your line of work you are working in the fields of banking, insurance, revenue, occult, then this could be a very auspicious, very awakening time for all those Cancer Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Leo Lagna natives, definitely guys, it's a very important transit for you because it is the transit of your ascendant lord. So your Lagnesh is going to be transiting right over there in your 7th house. So guys, one good thing over here in this transit is that like when we talk about the commercial gains perspective, like the way I have already mentioned this thing, this transit and this conjunction with Saturn is good for the material gains perspective. So for all those people in whose case any of the business aspiration, any of the new contracts, agreement, if all of that is getting applicable, things can work out in your favor because Saturn is kind of, it gets a directional strength whenever it is transiting from the 7th house. Your ascendant lord is going to be aspecting back your 1st house, so that in itself means that it will protect you. So for any of the enhancement of reputation, I would say as well, it's a good time. For any of the travel perspective as well, it's a good time. The only thing is that if in your line of work, any of the involvement of your spouse, of your partner in your commercial dealings is getting qualified, then this could be a good transit for you. But in general guys, this is a kind of a typical yoga where people within their matrimonial life, they get into power struggle, ego related hassles and issues. So the planetary transit is getting formed in a way that all the power is getting centered more towards your partner. So things and circumstances will make you bend your ego in front of your partner. So after watching this video, advisable is do that in a healthy, in a graceful way, rather than circumstances, situation will make you bent down through some unpleasing events. That is all what I can say. But again guys, for any of the commercial gains perspective, it is still a very good transit. And all those people who are single, looking out for any of the matrimonial alliances, this is a kind of a typical yoga where some sudden yoga can get formed. Like suddenly you got introduced by any of the acquaintance, any of your family member, because ascendant lord is going in the 7th house. It will only work in the direction of the enhancement of the matters of that house. Now guys, for all the Virgo Lagna, so guys, in your case, as you can see over here that I don't know why my whole JPEGs are so haphazard right now. Okay, yeah. So guys, in your case, sun has got the rulership over your 12th house and it is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn over there in your 6th house. So guys, beyond doubt, this is a kind of a typical yoga where people can have some power related struggle, ego related issues with your team members. So if at your work front you're already shouldering too many responsibilities, you're not getting the due credit for all of your work, or trying to involve you into any of the office related politics, so things can get more intensify in all these areas. And this is also kind of a typical yoga, guys, where natives and people end up getting involved in too much of the aimless wandering, or we want to go for travel or go for those business trips which will give us some constructive output, rather than just wandering around coming back without any constructive output. So this is a kind of a typical yoga where plan things in well in advance, well in time, deal with any of the office related conflict or office related problem issues with utmost concern and care. And lastly, guys, even pertaining to the matters of the loan or any of the credit related dealings as well, I would say try to remain cautious and careful, and your concerns and your relationship with the maternal side relatives needs to be monitored very carefully. Now guys, but yes guys, the good part over here is that whenever Sun and Saturn in this dignity get conjunct in a house, native actually become very competitive, very competent in the towards the duties and responsibilities of that house. So let's say, for example, if you're already on a leadership role and you have to compete in any situation, over there your performance will be very good. It will definitely get appreciated. But yes, criticism, opposition, resistance is something which you still have to face. Now guys, for all the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case Libra Lagna natives are my favorite. So in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 11th house, and it is going to be transiting in your 5th house, getting conjunct with Saturn over there. So guys, again, same thing, same pattern. For the living signification of that house, it is not a very good transit. So that means there could be some concerns or issue with the children, or all those people who are planning a child or something. So over there could be some obstacle, delays, ego related hassle with your grown up teenage children and all. Now guys, when we talk about the material aspect, so regarding that front, it's a very good transit. Like if your life right now hovers around the matters of the 5th house, stock market, speculation, more opportunities, you have to give any performance, you want people to notice your craft, notice your work. So for any of those art, entertainment, media, investment, stock market, opportunities, glamour, recognition perspective, this is going to be a very auspicious, favorable transit for all the Libra Lagna natives. The good thing over here is that not only it is going to make your mind very much eligible and open towards some new innovative ideas, but also you will be acting out very competitively, because guys, 5th house in a way tells about the way our mind function, and this is a kind of a typical conjunction which makes us very driven towards like the matters of that house. So yes, this is how your mind will function, that you want to excel irrespective of no matter how many challenges, how many problems life or people around you are throwing at you, you will be very driven to succeed amidst all these problems and perform and score some good results. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Sun has got the rulership over your 10th house, and it is going to be transiting in your 4th house, getting conjunct with Saturn over there. So definitely guys, beyond doubt, the pattern which I am following in this video is that this conjunction is not very auspicious for the living signification of that house. So there could be some concerns on the well-being of your mother. Second thing is that there could be those circumstances that, see, you have to learn how to handle things. Do not be in this mode of bringing the pressure of work at your home. So if this is what your personality or this is what your mindset is, you will definitely burn out yourself and the people within your family life. So this is a kind of a typical yoga where too much of the pressure of the office, pressure of the work start taking a toll when you deal with the people around you. So be cautious, be careful over there. Not a very good news for people who are already going through any of the property related dispute or property related law related issues and concerns. Over there things can go bad. And guys, overall I would say that the good aspect of this transit is that it will make you very competitive, very competent, and the drive will definitely come deep from within. So yes guys, and I would say that for the work related travels or change of place perspective as well, this is still a harmonious energy, not to worry much on that account. And yes guys, definitely if your profession is connected with the matters of the fourth house, like you are a realtor, anything to do with the working as an architect or interior design, dealing with the buying and selling of the vehicles, high-end luxury goods, those people can get benefited. Definitely your 10th house lord is going in the 4th house and your profession is connected with the 4th house. It will definitely try to enhance the prospects of that house. And definitely guys, I always see even the realtors and all these people, even in any specific market where you are operating, there is so much of the competition over there. So you will fare good in any of the situation of competition, in any of the competitive state. You will perform good or you will shine out compared to your other competitors in the same demographic, in the same market. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can fairly see that Sun has got the rulership over your 9th house, and it is going to be transiting in the 3rd house. So there could be some issues or conflict with your, this could be immediate friends or this could be with your younger siblings. So regarding that front, you have to remain cautious, careful. Second thing is that guys, definitely regarding the material aspect, this is a very good transit because 9th house lord is transiting in the 3rd house and it is expecting it back. So for long you have been planning to initiate any of the new projects, any of the new venture, any of the concerns of sponsorship or funding. Over there could be some breakthrough, some new idea. And the good part over here is that guys, because this is a kind of a conjunction which makes us very duty oriented, very competent, very competitive. So I would say that this is a kind of a typical yoga where your prowess, your energy level will be experienced by the people around you. And if you're operating in the profession which is straight away connected with the 3rd house, like writing, sales, media, content creation, performing arts, so this is a kind of a typical yoga where not only your performance will be noticed, recognized, but sometimes what happens is that suddenly right set of people discovered you or appreciated your talent, because 3rd house is the prime house of talent. So any of the talent which needs to be discovered by people around or by the right set of people, so this is a very good time for that. And definitely guys, we cannot overlook that this is also a very good transit for attracting some new opportunities as well. So yes guys, this is how the transit looks for the Sagittarius Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna, so guys, in your case, as you can see that Sun has got the rulership over your 8th house and it is going to be transiting in your 2nd house, getting conjunct with Saturn. So beyond doubt guys, it is not a very good energy. Like 8th house lord is coming in the 2nd house. Now guys, always try to understand the difference. 2nd house lord going in the 8th house is a different thing. That tells about that your own financial planning might take you towards the ditch, but over here ditch is coming to you. So that means that a threat or like some wrong decision making energy of some scandalous energy might be trying to kind of threaten the matters of your finances. So during this time, if you get suddenly approached by people with some very lucrative idea, some sort of Ponzi scheme, and this is also kind of a typical yoga where people remain very vulnerable towards online scam and everything. Although for that we have to see Rahu, but still I would say this kind of power struggle taking place in your 2nd house with the energy of the 8th house coming over there. Be very cautious, be very careful while dealing in new markets with new people, with new clients. Second thing is that guys, this can also make you vulnerable towards your terms within the immediate family members as well, and which generally becomes worse if you're already in a very in a family setup where there is too much of the enmity and dislike for each other, and you are in a joint family. So this is kind of a typical yoga where things can go bad because your ascendant lord is in the 2nd house. So you will not give up. you will not surrender. And 8th house energy is coming over there. So then, you know, in the joint family, oh, you hurt my ego, oh, you hurt my pride. So this is a kind of a typical yoga where if you already know that there are those people who give you some negative vibe, so try not to encounter any of the past problems or past issue during this time, because if you will grind the past, it will only end up creating more problem, creating more differences. And yes guys, when we talk about the good aspect of it is like the way I always say, in all those professions where scandal, controversy, revelation, sensational journalism, sensational speeches, if all of that is getting applicable in your case, then this could be a beneficial transit for you. I would say guys that this is a kind of a typical yoga where if planets are invoking energy of expense, of losses, so better to do some charity and honor the planetary vibration. Now guys, for all the Aquarius Lagna, so guys, in your case, as you can see that your 7th house lord is going to be transiting in the 1st house and getting conjunct with Saturn over there. So guys, one thing is for sure that this is a time for you where too much eyes are on you, like how you behave, how you conduct. And let's say for example, if there are people around you who see you as a potential candidate for giving you or bestowing some new responsibility, some new title, so there is a lot happening around you where people have been noticing you for long, and I will not be surprised where like suddenly some opportunity might come to you. Guys, that is the only reason why I say this thing, that there is a stark difference between the way blessings comes to us through Jupiter and the way blessing comes to us through Saturn. Jupiter is a graceful planet. It can make you lucky and fortunate enough to be a recipient of financial rewards, financial gifts, being at the right time, being discovered by the right set of people. But when it comes down to the planet Saturn, nothing happens by the strike of luck. Whatever you have earned or gained from the Saturn, you have already proven yourself over there. You have already earned that. So yes guys, Saturn is already transiting in your 1st house. Over and above that, this entry of your 7th house lord in your 1st house will be a very good indication that if you're operating in a space which requires catering to the masses and which involves support from the prominent or government related people, so during this time some sudden opportunity, recognition, or this could be all the hard work which you have been doing for long and the due recognition of that has been long impending, so that can also be bestowed during this time. The only thing is that guys, two things: give heightened attention to your health and keep your public image very well guarded. Like let's say for example, if in your case your actions are very immoral, any of the concerns of unethical acts, unlawful acts might get punished with this entry of Sun in your 1st house. But overall guys, for shouldering any responsibilities, for coming across as a capable, competent candidate for any new opportunity, any new position, this is a very good transit for all the Aquarius Lagna natives. And yes guys, because your ascendant is strengthened, 7th house lord is coming in your 1st house. So if in your line of work your partner is also involved, like your spouse is also involved actively in your business dealings, this could be a very good transit for you. And also guys, for all those people who have been single, looking out for any of the matrimonial alliances, this transit can also initiate that process as well for a lot many Aquarius Lagna natives. And lastly guys, for all the Pisces Lagna, so guys, in your case, as you can freely see over here, that Sun has got the rulership over your 6th house and it is going to be transiting to your 12th house, getting conjunct with Saturn. So guys, if I were to say very clearly, this is a kind of a typical yoga where a lot many people remain volatile and vulnerable towards some sudden financial losses. Now over here, even the losses which are coming in the picture are like all those kind of expenses which we suddenly have to incur for hospital expenses, any of the health related concerns and all of that. So just try to remain cautious, careful of your health. If any of the, because guys, try to understand this thing, you do not have to evade things. You have to align your energies constructively, that you will only get benefit you will only get benefited even in those turbulent times. So if any of the health related issue suddenly creeps on you during this time, so rather than avoiding it, procrastinating it, it's better to get it tested and get the right set of prescribed treatment for that. That is the right way of utilizing this energy. And also guys, this transit only has got a good side attached to it for all those people who are looking forward to any of the work related overseas trip, like you want to go on any of those overseas work related trip or travel. So this transit can actually pave path for that. And second thing is that guys, if you have been doing anything in the lines of healing, in the lines of spirituality, in the lines of the philanthropic work for long, and people have not discovered or noticed your struggle, your sacrifice, and the recognition is long due in your case. So this entry of sun in your 12th house can actually glorify all the hard work, all the sacrifice which you have been doing in your field. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of sun in the Aquarius sign on February 13th. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. धन्यवाद.